And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Waiting for everybody to get into the room. Once everybody starts to show up, let's get it. Everyone, tell me where you're at, where you're from. We got some major news to talk about today about changes that are going to happen on credit scores. So, major changes are happening on credit scores that everyone needs to learn about. We're going to talk about those today. So, let's get some people in the room. Let's fill it up. Make sure you hit that like. That like button is huge for us. Make sure you hit that like button once you get into the room. Make sure that you also tell us where you're from, where you're coming in from. We want to know who all is in the room. Thank you for your support. And we got some major changes that are coming on March 17th of 2025. The first major change is going to take place with credit reporting and credit scores. Hit that like button, whoever's in there, whoever's in the room. Thank you for coming in here. Make sure that you tag people. Make sure that you share this so everyone can learn about these massive changes that are going to happen here in 2025. What up, Florida? Florida in the house. Maryland in the house. The ATL, Georgia. Love Georgia. Love going to the ATL. So tell me where you're at, where you're from. We got some major news to talk about today. I'm going to drop some gems. I'm also going to do a Q&A at the end of this live to answer some questions. So we'll try to cover everything in the first half, and then we're going to talk about any Q&As, any questions you may have about credit repair, credit scores, all that. We'll cover all of that. We got Texas, Houston, Texas, Bay Area, California, Richmond, Michigan, Randolph in California, New Jersey. What up, everybody? Texas in the house, Maryland, Chi-Town. We got Mary, North Carolina, Birmingham, Alabama. Appreciate everybody. Texas, best credit channel on YouTube. Yo, I appreciate that. Showing the love. If y'all don't know, I'm Mike the Credit Guy. You can find me on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. We are now live on Facebook and on YouTube currently right now. Make sure that you share this to your friends out there so everyone can join this live that we're going to be doing here. Pennsylvania, Nebraska, Detroit, Berkeley, Virginia. Gerald Cali, Mayo, Denver, Raleigh, North Carolina. I'm in North Carolina in case everybody doesn't know that. Miami, Florida. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. I was born and raised in East LA, but now I reside on the East Coast, all the way across the world. It feels like every time I got to go back to California. It's a long flight. It's really not. It's like 3 hours, but 5 hours. Depends if there's a layover. But yeah, we got some major announcement. Huge news. 3 massive credit score changes effective March 17th is when the first one goes into play. So we got 3 big topics that we need to talk about, everybody. Delaware, NY in the house. Make sure y'all hit that little like button. I only see a little bit of likes. Y'all got to hit that like button, man. Y'all want me to drop this sauce on y'all, okay? So we're gonna start at number 3. Everybody ready to talk in here? Let's go ahead and get it cracking. We're gonna talk about this. Kind of weird because I'm standing. I got this new standing desk, which is pretty awesome. But it's kind of weird standing here instead of sitting down talking like I usually do in my videos. But let's get to cracking, everybody. So there's going to be 3 massive changes that are going to happen with credit reporting. Now, the first one we're going to talk about number 3. So let's get into number 3 real quick. We'll put this up on the screen. Oh, that's not number 3. Let's see where number 3 is at. Let's remove that one. No, that is. That's weird. There we go. So the CFPB finalizes rule to remove medical bills from credit reports. This is a real huge one. So now this happened on January 7th, as you can see, but it does not go into effect until March 17th because they have 60 days to make this rule go live. This is huge for anybody out there that has medical collections on their credit reports. Now, what we're going to see is these collections, medical collections, should be deleted from your credit report, which means people can see on average anywhere from 30 to 60 point increases on their credit reports from these being removed from your credit reports. Now, that's the great news. That's the great news, but I have to tell you all the news. The bad news is going to be potentially that now, if it gets removed from your credit report, does not mean you do not owe it anymore. Remember, there's a statute of limitations. You can only report on your credit report for 7 years. They can only attempt to collect on it based on your state-specific statute of limitations. So the statute of limitations in North Carolina is 3 years. So So they have 3 years that they can sue you. If the debt is still active, they can still sue you. I want everyone to be aware of that. A lot of people will say, oh, they don't have the right to collect it because of HIPAA. You signed away your rights for them to sell it to another collection company, okay? If it's a third party or a regular in-house collection, they can collect on it. But understand something. If they remove all of this debt from credit reports, that means that they may have motivation to sue more because they have no more leverage. Because you have to understand, this is $49 billion worth of medical debt on credit reports. Let me repeat that, everyone. $49 billion in medical debt on credit reports is affecting over 15 million Americans. That's crazy. That's huge. So 15 million Americans out there are going to feel relief on their credit reports and credit scores. They are not allowed to report this after March 17th. Now, here's another caveat, because I'm going to tell you all the truth. The CFPB is currently closed, okay? It has been paused. All actions have been paused. If you watch my YouTube channel, I'm talking about all the cases that have been dismissed because everyone needs to know what's going on. I'm going to tell you the truth. This case has not been dismissed. This rule has not been dismissed as of yet. You need to dispute any medical collections on your credit reports if you have them. I'm going to drop a very, very simple letter in the comments section for anybody that has any type of medical collections, okay? This is a very simple letter. It doesn't have to be crazy. We'll drop it in the comments section for anybody that needs it. Send this to the credit reporting agencies that are reporting that negative item on your credit report. Let's be very clear, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Just copy and paste this, enter your information as you need to see fit, because you can dispute it right now. And the reason why I say this is because the clock may be ticking on anybody that has this. The rule has passed. Let's be very, very clear on that. It passed during the Biden administration, but now we're in the Trump administration and everything has been paused. Cases that have already been paused have already been dismissed. So one or two things is going to happen. Either the Trump administration is going to allow this to continue and the rule will finalize, or they will just dismiss the entire thing. Those are the two things that may happen. I want to be very clear on that for everyone to hear this, okay? Because we don't know what's going to happen until it happens. But the writing is on the wall that cases have already been dismissed. A $2 billion lawsuit against Capital One was dismissed by the appointed CFPB director, which is Russell Vought. And there's another one coming in, I believe. Now it's like we're on the third CFPB director. Again, it is closed. No employees are allowed in. They are taking calls. You can submit complaints into their system, but they are not taking any actions. It's very important. Let me break this down as fast as I can because I don't want to talk about this forever. But the CFPB is a complaint agency for consumers. If you have an issue with your credit reports, if you have an issue with a company, if you have an issue with any type of consumer business issue, you submit the complaint to the CFPB. Now, they act like the middleman. Now, the reason why these turn into big cases is because they have millions of consumers that come forward and file complaints against a company for whatever reason. And then the CFPB goes and investigates and finds out. And then they file a lawsuit. That's how it happens. The CFPB controls no process in the credit reporting process. You cannot dispute with the CFPB. If you were to send them a dispute letter, all they're going to do is act like the middleman, and they'll send it to the party that you're disputing with. Like, let's say, for instance, the creditor or one of the credit reporting agencies, Experian, Equifax, or TransUnion, or the debt collector. And then they're going to wait for whatever their response is going to be. But the most important part, if you ever do that, is it's documented directly with the CFPB. That is helpful, but it does not mean that an item is going to be deleted because you sent it to the CFPB. Remember, the CFPB is a complaint agency. It is not a disputing platform. It is not a credit reporting platform. They have no control. They cannot delete anything from your credit report. So a lot of people are a little bit confused as to what the CFPB does. So I want to give everybody clarity. This is a huge deal, everybody. It's a huge deal, okay? So this is huge news for over 15 million Americans. That's really insane. I mean, the amount of debt is insane. Think about that. $49 billion worth of debt on credit reports. Now, what I want you to do is on March 18th, I want you to pull your credit reports. Now, you can go look at them for free on annualcreditreport.com and see if those medical collections are on there. If they are still on there, dispute them. Dispute them, dispute them, dispute them. Okay? Unless the case gets dismissed. And I will let everyone know everywhere if the case gets dismissed. But as of right now, it's not. So now what you want to do is you can monitor your credit also. This is very important to understand. Monitor your credit so you know what exactly is happening. So let's say, for instance, if something changes on your credit report, and I'm not talking about Credit Karma, so don't, for everybody out there, don't you dare say Credit Karma, because if y'all know any better, I hate Credit Karma, okay? Credit Karma is the worst. Their reporting is inaccurate. Their scoring is inaccurate. Everything about it is just crazy. So I do not promote them for this exact reason. But understand, you need to monitor your credit to see exactly where it's going. Now, I have something right here that you can monitor your credit for 14 days for free. Okay. And this is with Aura. They will let you know within less than 5 minutes if something is going on with your credit reports, if your name or any of your information is on the dark web, if any of these secondary credit reporting agencies have your information, if data brokers have your information, you can block them using Aura. I've been using Aura for close to 4 years now. It's pretty crazy. So I want you to pay attention and monitor your information. Like, do not trust anybody. It's very important to understand that, because this is a huge deal and you want to make sure that you know exactly what's on your credit reports. But remember, you can get your full credit reports for free at annualcreditreport.com for once a week, okay? Once a week, you can get your credit reports for free. All right? Let's be really clear on that. So I'm going to drop the link right there for the 14-day trial. If anybody needs it, you want it. And I think it's like $9.99 per person per month after the trial. And then it's like close to $30 for your entire family. So if you have kids, if you have children, protect your children and your family's information. It's very, very important. What up, Washington, D.C. out there? Yeah, so this is huge, huge relief. So that is number 3. Let's move on to number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about the second biggest thing that's going to change on credit reports. Now, the biggest thing that's coming up next is going to be FHA and FA announces updates for implementation of enterprise credit score requirements to stop using the tri-merge, but a bi-merge. Now, what does that mean? If you're trying to purchase a home, they're going to do what's normally called a tri-merge. They pull all 3 credit reports. But moving forward, and this is going to happen more towards the end of the fourth quarter of the year is when they're expecting this change to happen. So what they're going to do is they're only going to pull a bi-merge. So it could be just TransUnion and Equifax, or Experian and Equifax are only going to pull 2. But here's the big catch. Instead of pulling a FICO score, they're going to be pulling a Vantage 4.0, which is a little bit more advanced Vantage credit score, only for mortgage lending. So if you want to purchase a house, okay, this is exactly what you want to use. No, I do not like Credit Versio. It's a scam. it's the worst. It's the worst out there, Credit Versio. I'll talk about Dispute Beast later on, but we have Dispute Beast that's way more powerful than Credit Versio. Credit Versio only kicks out template letters. And then they sell it to other creators, and the creators are charging more for the same exact product. It's pretty wild. But anyways, so it's important to understand that it's only going to be used in the mortgage lending sector. And it's going to be Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac that are going to be using this. This is a huge announcement because it can potentially mean that a lot more people are going to be able to qualify for a home using this new scoring model. Okay, it's very, very important to understand that. This is going to be towards the end of the fourth quarter, either in the beginning or the end of the fourth quarter of 2025. Get your credit scores ready if you're trying to purchase a home. But I'm going to tell you, me personally, this is one of the worst markets to purchase a home. So I say focus on your credit score. Get your credit score as high as you possibly can. Do not, and I repeat, do not let these lenders trick you and tell you, oh, man, all we need is a 580. And we can get you into anything, and later on you can refinance. if you take a 6% interest and then you try to refinance it later, what bank is going to want to refinance that? Okay. There's no bank that's going to be able to refinance that. Again, we're being honest here. I want you to understand, don't fall for the trap of getting a house in this market. The houses are too expensive. And then on top of that, you're looking at a high monthly payment. On top of that, you're looking at high taxes. Taxes are increasing, and high insurance rates for homeowners are increasing. I had to shop around and get different insurance for my home. For whatever reason, the insurance company dropped our homeowners. They're like, hey, we're going to be canceling your homeowners because of a provision inside of your home loan. I was like, okay. So I just went with Geico. They made it super, super simple for me. And I bundled everything together, and I wound up saving even more money. So this market is really, really crapped out. It's really a big trap. We're seeing right now in Washington, Texas, and Florida that people are defaulting on their homes at the highest level, and a lot of people are trying to sell their homes because what's happening, let's say, for instance, you bought a home and your house, your total mortgage payment with your escrow taxes and insurance is $3,500 a month. Then you wake up and you get a notice in the mail from your insurance company, your loan provider saying that your mortgage is going up to $4,500. This is happening to a lot of people because in Florida, the insurance rates are going up. The taxes are going up. Same thing in Washington, Texas. So people are trying to offload these houses. Okay. So it's important for everyone to know. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Let me see what you got. Someone trying to slide in here. All right, here we go. I'm about to block you. Someone try to slide in here and sell people stuff, man. Like, what is wrong with y'all, man? Is that y'all think I'm not gonna notice or something? But anyways, so remember, this is only for Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. This is very, very important to understand. Whenever you see massive changes like these to scoring models, you need to understand that it doesn't necessarily mean that everyone is going to adapt to it. Because in order for a credit scoring system to work, all the other lenders must adapt to it. This is why they're only using it currently right now with Freddie Mae and Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. They want other mortgage lending companies to pick it up also, but it's up to them to pick it up. If they don't pick it up and use it, then it's not going to be widely used. You're going to still have options of other types of lending out there that are traditional, conventional lending, or other types of lending products out there that are going to be completely different. It is still going to be an option. A lot of people don't know that and understand that. An example, people are talking about 10T, FICO 10T, FICO 10T. It's going to destroy people's credit scores. Well, the truth is, the credit card companies have to adapt it, and then the car companies have to adapt it, and so do the mortgage lenders. If they don't use it, it doesn't matter. They can continue to create more credit scores, but if the lenders don't adapt to it and use it, it doesn't matter. Okay, so let's be really clear on that. I want everyone to understand how the credit reporting, credit scoring process works when they create a new credit score. So don't let anybody fearmonger you into thinking, oh my God, what am I going to do? Like, no, stay calm. If it's being adapted and it's being used more widely, I will let you know. The FICO scores that are currently being used right now are FICO 8 and FICO 9 for some places, FICO 9. Those are for credit cards. So remember, for credit cards, FICO 8 and FICO 9. For auto loans, FICO 8 and FICO 9 also. And for mortgage lending, FICO 2, 4, and 5. Depends on the lender that you're going to actually pull from. That's exactly what they're doing. Okay? So, man, these trolls in here trying to like scam you guys. This is crazy. So yeah. So remember, it's very important to understand what credit score you're looking at when you want to apply for a car, when you want to apply for a credit card, or you want to apply for a home. For personal loans, they usually pull FICO 8. Okay. Every lending institution is different. For example, Navy Federal only pulls from TransUnion. Capital One pulls from all three. American Express only pulls from Experian. Sometimes I've heard that they also pull from Equifax in certain regions. Certain regions are different, so be aware of that. Okay. We go block this person over here. It's pretty crazy. So yeah, that's what's going on with that. Now, our final piece, this is the craziest one, ladies and gentlemen. I hope everybody's prepared for this one. Before we get into this one, let's talk about Dispute Beast real quick, okay? Now, Dispute Beast is the most advanced AI credit repair software ever created. That is, if I can get this thing to pop up on the screen, right? Then we can do it. We're pretty wild. So let's get it to pop up on the screen. Dispute Beast AI technology is designed and done in America. Now, I own Dispute Beast. It's the most advanced AI credit repair software ever created. Now, Dispute Beast now officially comes with a 110% money back guarantee. Yes, you heard me right. It's a 110% money back guarantee. If it doesn't increase your credit score, then we'll pay you. It's the only software out there that does that. You can attack any negative item on your credit report. Okay? Any negative item on your credit report. It's so simple that a child could do it. And I'm not just saying that. Okay, ladies and gentlemen? Literally, you sign up, you upload your documents, and then you click one button. Okay? You click literally one button, and then Dispute Beast will do the rest of the work for you. You can either print and mail your letters, or you can have Dispute Beast mail them for you. It's also in English and in Spanish. So everybody, I put the link in the comment section for anybody that needs Dispute Beast. But a lot of people always ask the question, well, does it work? Well, let's give a special shout out right now to Kenneth. Kenneth's credit score went up 282 points after just one round with Dispute Beast. But we don't stop there. We're going to keep going. Let's give a shout out to Destiny. Destiny's credit score went up 264 points after one round with Dispute Beast. I think she was done. Look at her scores, because she hasn't come back to do her next round. Now, let's not stop there. Let's go to the next one. Arthur's credit score went up 670 points after just two rounds with Dispute Beast, which is pretty crazy. Now, when I say the total number, let's go over it. 227 points on TransUnion, 225 points on Experian, and 218 points on Equifax. But let's not stop there. We got more results. We got Jen over here. Jen's credit score went up 225 points after just one round with Dispute Beast, okay? Now, you don't have to do anything with the letters you get back from the credit reporting agencies. What they say does not hold any water and does not mean anything. All you got to do is click the next attack button, click the button, let it generate. It'll refresh your credit reports. It'll generate your letters, and off they go, and you're done. You don't have to respond to those letters. No need to, because everything is designed to be done for you. So it will actually attack using Metro 2 compliance reporting attacks. It will also use consumer law, and it will actually use factual disputing. So it uses three different tactics to attack. But it will also name the lawsuits that are going on right now. And will also tell them, don't send me no dumb stall tactic letter, because they possibly will. They love to send that, okay? Look, we got G. Anthony White. His credit score went up 50 points, almost 50 points. But we don't want to stop there. Let's put up a wall of people with credit score increases. This is a wall of people with credit score increases. You can see each one of them has one round or two rounds completed. These are the most recent, because I know people want to see the most recent. Look at that, 208 points, 89 points, 25 points, 37 points, 83 points, 68, 116, 5, 22, 68. You see, everyone is different. Everyone's going to be different when you're going through this program. So understand, you don't have to do anything. You just sit back, click a button, do whatever else you want in your life, and then come back in 35 days. The clock will start ticking, and it will let you know when your next round is due. And that's it, you're done. Link is going to be pinned in the video description, and it's going to be in the comments for anyone that needs Dispute Beast. It's pretty wild, right? So yeah, so let's get to our last and final piece, which is going to be the craziest one of all. AI is going to be used to score credit scores. They're going to start pushing this into the fourth quarter of the year, towards the end of the year. This is huge, ladies and gentlemen. Did y'all hear me? They're going to start using AI to score you properly to get more of a predictive information from you. Now put it up on the screen so you can see what they're going to be looking at. Let's expand on this. So AI models can ingest and analyze thousands of alternative data points not found in traditional credit reports. This includes data from sources such as, this is the crazy part. This is the crazy part. Now remember, you can attack inquiries, you can attack any negative item, and you can also attack inquiries, bankruptcies, child support, collections, charge-offs, any negative item, you can attack it using SPBs. But let's look at this list. This is crazy. They're going to be looking at your bank account transactions and cash flow data. That's crazy. Did y'all just hear me? What I just said? Bank account transactions and cash flow data. They want to see what that cash flow looks like. That's huge. Yo, drop a little gem in the comments out there if you think this is crazy. Drop a little gem. I need y'all to interact with me here. I need y'all to hit the little like button too, man. I'm giving y'all so much information here. So much information. I appreciate everyone that's here at the live. Y'all got to hit that like button. Drop some gems in the comments section. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. I need everybody to wake up out there, okay? So that's huge. Bank account transactions and cash flow. Utility and telecom payment records, which I think should have already happened a long time ago. It means your gas, your light, your water, your cell phone, all those things should be accounted for towards your credit. Okay? It's very, very important to understand. All of these should be included. Now, the biggest one here, rental payment history. Why are we not doing this already? Why are we not reporting rent already? You pay rent. If you pay it on time, it should help you. It's just that simple. Okay? Yeah, I'm getting busy, Mo. You ain't lying. Yo, this is crazy, okay? Rental payment history is going to count on your credit reports. It's been a contentious thing with the credit reporting agencies that people do not understand. They've been fighting against this because to the credit reporting agencies, it's like, it's not an extension of credit. But bro, if I got to pay rent every month, why are you not counting it on my credit report? That makes no sense to me. Because if I don't pay on time, what happens? I get a late fee, right? It's the same thing with credit. Yes, they are not extending you credit, but it should be predictability to tell them exactly how of a good person you are with credit if you pay your rent on time. Okay? Now, there are companies, if you want to start reporting your rent, there are companies that do report rent for you. The one that I like the most is called Boom Report, okay? Or Boom Pay. They give them people call them different things, but it's Boom Report. Boom Report is very, very impactful to anybody's credit profile. Let me explain to you why. Now, it's going to report the 12 current months moving forward, but then it's also going to report the previous 24 months if you were there previously for 24 months. So you can add over 36 months of on-time payments instantaneously into your credit report. That's huge. Boom Report, link is in the comment section if you need it. But this is crazy. People don't understand how valuable this is for rental payments. Now, the next one, educational and occupational data. So, well, what does that mean? That means where you went to school and where you work. Yes, and how long you've worked there, how long you've been in school, how much money you're making. They want to know all of that. Georgia, what up? That's crazy, right? They're going to be looking at your educational and occupational data, where you work, where you went to school. Because a lot of people want to say that, oh, they don't care about that. Yeah, they do. They want to know your education level. They want to know how much you know about credit. Next one, public records like property ownership and court judgments. What's interesting here is court judgments don't show up on credit reports anymore, but apparently they might bring them back. They want to know if you have any property ownerships anywhere else, which makes sense. Now, here's the other one that's pretty crazy. Psychometric data from quizzes and gamified interactions. They want to know what kind of games you played and how you scored on them. That's crazy. Okay. Now, here's the even crazier one. The final one, social media activity and online behavior. Okay. Yo, that's crazy. If you're out there trolling, they're going to know. If you're out there making nasty comments, you're like, yo, this person may not be here all the way. Like, that's crazy if you think about it. They're going to be clocking your movement on social media. Free speech ain't going to be free. Well, was it free anyways? I mean, but anyways, yo, that is crappy schools equal crappy credit. No. Remember, all of these factors are going to be put into it. Doesn't matter about the school. I think they're just looking at your education level. I mean, that's just my assumption. I could be wrong. Okay. But that's really crazy to think about that. Quizzes and gamified interactions, social media activity, and online behavior. They want to know where you're shopping, what you're looking at, what are your interests. That's what they want to know. All of this data is insane if you think about it. This is why I tell people all the time. J-Dope, that free speech is going to cost some folks. Yo, you ain't lying. You are not lying. You want to be free? Go be free, bro. But that credit score may not look so great. This almost sounds like a social credit score. Listen to that. I'm not one of those people with tinfoil hats. But when I go over this information, I'm like, yo, that's like a social credit score. Kind of like other countries are already using. Just saying. Okay. Look at, he already said it. He said, this is shaping up to be just like the China social monitoring system. Yeah. All of that for a credit score. This is exactly what the AI is going to be looking at. Because a lot of people do not understand that banks are already using AI to make decisions on lending. So if you want to apply for a credit card, you want to apply for a mortgage loan, you want to apply for a car loan, they are already using AI to approve you. Now they're just taking it up a step higher. Imagine that. So yeah, this is huge news, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Yo, Freeman, what's up, Mike? Thanks for helping me get my FICO over 800. Yo, shout out to Freeman. Everyone, give a Freeman over here a round of applause. That's huge, man. He's over 800. Okay, he's over 800. We should celebrate each other's wins. We don't do that enough in America, man. Too much diving into my personal information. Crazy. Yeah, it is crazy. So this is what I want everyone to prepare for. Start working on your credit. Get your credit scores up. Now, anybody that has medical debt, okay? Everyone listen up. Anyone that has medical debt, remember, check your credit scores on March 18th, because this goes into effect March 17th, if the law continues to continue to move forward. It's crazy, man. And if you have medical debt and it's still not past the statute of limitations, I'm going to drop these 2 links into the comments section. Free charity care, okay, is $4.org. It is a nonprofit. This costs you $0, okay? $4 will see if they can erase your debt completely off of the money that you owe to whatever hospital it is or whatever, or they'll try to reduce it as much as possible. Now, the second link is for healthcare reform, okay? Patient advocacy. There's different programs that they can try to help you with if you can't get the debt completely wiped away, okay? But understand, do not ignore it, because I'm going to say it again. If they cannot have it on your credit reports, they lose the leverage, and they are going to start suing people even more across the United States, all these medical collection companies, these hospitals, these doctors' offices. What other option they got? So remember, just because it comes off your credit report does not mean that you do not owe the hospital bill or the medical collection. Understand that. on your birthday, Mo, I hear you. I have been expecting these changes for some time now. So now remember, now what did happen during the Biden administration, one of the only good things he did, I'm going to repeat that again. Only one of the good things he did was he removed medical collections that were less than $500 off of credit reports, but anything above $500 could report. Also, any paid medical collections are not allowed to report on your credit report. So remember, hear me out, ladies and gentlemen. Paid medical collections cannot report on your credit report, and anything less than 500 is not supposed to report. This happened before the Biden administration left during their term. So we're just waiting for the rule to take full effect, which is 60 days from when it was announced. So remember, let's put it up on the screen again here. January 7th is when it was announced. 60 days from that date, that's when it will kick in. So I hope everyone enjoyed the live. Let's drop some questions in the comments and everything over here so we can talk about anything you guys want to talk about. This is your time. I'm going to give you guys a room. Ask your questions, credit repair, credit cards, credit scores, whatever you want to talk about. This is your time. You have the room now. This is your chance to ask me what you want. I mean, it's really crazy if you think about this social credit score, right? People are saying, we'll never be like China. It's pretty crazy. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, AV. So yeah, drop some questions in the chat if you guys have any questions. If you have any questions, just let me know, ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep it pushing. What did you miss? So we talked about medical debt is going to be removed from credit reports right here. On March 17th, let's put our little ticker right here. Where's that? Where's he at? Where's my little guy over here? All right. March 17th is when all medical collections cannot report on your credit report any longer. That's how long it is, okay? I paid them $1,500. Who'd you pay $1,500, AV? If I can get my credit limit decreased, can I get it raised up after paying debt? So tell me real quick, AV, what are you referring to? I'm trying to go down here. So it says, if I get my credit limit decreased, can I get it raised after paying the debt? Now, is it charged off? If it's charged off, paying it does not fix your credit reports. If it's just that they decrease your limit, it's still open, you should be fine. You just keep working. Use your card, pay it off. Use your card, pay it off. That will get you back in good graces. Now, how can you get Capital One to increase? This is a great question. Let's put this up on the screen right here. Let me get this off the thing over here. All right. How do you get Capital One to increase your credit limit? Is what I'm guessing you're saying. So you need to use the credit card and then pay it off. Use it and pay it off. Never carry a balance with Capital One. You need to do this consistently for a minimum of 91 days. I would highly recommend you do it for 6 to 8 months. And then after you do that, you can go into the app and then you can request a credit limit increase. There's no hard inquiry inside of the Capital One app. There's no hard inquiry to ask for a credit limit with American Express, Capital One, Chase Bank, the Apple credit card. I'm trying to think who else. I know I'm leaving somebody else out. But yeah, the majority of them do not give you a hard inquiry to request a credit limit increase. I have videos on that on my YouTube channel, James, on how to get a credit limit increase with Capital One if you want to dive a little bit more into it. But it's very simple. Use your credit card, pay it off. You don't have to use a significant amount, but understand, depends on what you're trying to accomplish. This is a huge tip that I'm about to drop here, everybody. Everybody pay attention. This is what we call cycling a credit card. Now, anybody that says that this will get you in trouble, it does not. It does not. Use your credit card. So let's say hypothetically your credit limit is $500. Push it to the $500 and then pay it off. Push it to the $500 and then pay it off. Responsibly. Remember that. Just use it for your everyday spending and then pay it off. Just that simple. Don't buy anything you don't need or you can't afford. That's the big one. Don't buy anything you can't afford. We don't want you in debt. And then pay it off. The more times that you can cycle that limit and not carry a balance, then Capital One will determine how much money they can actually let you borrow. They'll raise that credit limit even higher. If you're not using very much of the money that they're giving you, then there's no motivation to increase that credit limit. I hope that makes sense for everybody. Okay. All right, here we go. This has nothing to do with medical stuff. All right. So we got our guy here. We answered his question. Let me see. There was somebody else. All right. What is the page for reporting utility bills? So I don't have anything to report utility bills. It's supposed to kick into effect into the final fourth quarter of the year. So they're going to do that. I don't recommend reporting utility bills because a lot of the utility reporting companies are very unreliable, and it's not a true credit product. So some of the credit reporting agencies may not report it completely. I want to keep my saver card, but my limit is low. It's a great question. So listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. I want to keep my saver card, but my limit is low. Get them to raise it, just like what I just said. Use the credit card, pay it off. Use the credit card, pay it off. It's really just as simple. And then go into the app and request a credit limit increase. There's no hard inquiry. Oh, this is a great one. This is a really good one. So, hey, Mike, I'm a member of the Speed Beast, and I called to just pay for a deletion of First Premier Bank, and they're telling me, oh, we can't and don't delete factual information. This is a fact. Regular lenders and creditors, original creditors and lenders, do not delete in exchange for payment. That only works with collection companies. The original creditor has no want or need to delete the information because they want it to stay there. So they're not lying to you. There's only two creditors that will delete in exchange for payment. That's American Express and Chase. And they are very particular. You got to really press the issue to get them to agree to it because they don't like doing it anymore. They used to do it more before COVID, and they did it a lot during COVID, but now they're like, nah, bro, we ain't doing it no more because they see it as valuable information. They don't want to keep that. They don't want to remove that data. So keep attacking, fam. Remember, everybody, there's no such thing as an easy item to delete from your credit reports. Nobody's ever going to tell you that because they're going to say, oh, man, a charge-off is easy to delete, bro. What you talking about? A collection is easy to delete, man. Hard inquiries are easy to delete. No, because it's information that's valuable to the credit reporting agencies. Remember, the credit reporting agencies do not make money from selling you credit reports and credit scores. No. Capital One, Chase Bank, Bank of America, all these credit card companies, all these banks pay them to report that information on your credit reports. They have to pay to report. So you understand what I'm saying here? And you have to understand something. It took you 6 months for an item to turn into a charge-off. It's not going to be so easy to delete. There's no such thing as an easy item to delete. Anybody that says that is trying to scam you. That's why you've never heard me say, it's so easy to delete. Here's the letter. Because that's not how it works, everybody. Okay? All right. What if an attorney has my file from Chase Bank and I'm making payments? This is a tough one. Okay. There are attorney collection companies out there. They're shady. Some of them are legit. Some of them are shady. You've made an agreement with them if you're making payments. So you can rescind the agreement, but if they don't agree to delete it, I mean, you're going to have to make a decision. That's up to you. This is not legal advice or financial advice because I'm not an attorney. Understand that. But I've seen a lot of situations like this where people do not understand that it's a collection company that is a slimy attorney. And they try to intimidate you. But again, remember, it depends on how much you owe, and you still can be potentially sued. Because when you make a payment, you're refreshing that negative information every time you make a payment. They're not going to tell you that, but that's exactly what happens. So even if you pay it in full, if it's still in your credit report and it says charge off for collection, it's still hurting your credit. They must delete the account or remove the status of charge off or collection, which they normally don't do. So I missed an attack and I started with round 2. Am I still good? Yeah, it doesn't matter where you go. So this is the great thing. It doesn't matter where you're at in the rounds. Dispute-based AI technology is going to look at your credit reports and analyze that information. Now, whatever it used, it knows that it didn't work, so it's not going to use it again, if that makes sense. Because the AI technology is paying attention to all of that. That's what's different about Dispute-based compared to all these other systems. This is real AI technology. Now, other companies like Creditversio, they're only using a template-based letter system. They never update their letters. They're just using the same letters over and over and over and over again. It's a problem. It's a very big problem for people. Okay. All right. All right. So I've gardened my Capital One card for longer than 6 months and it's still bucketed. Oh, well, it may take longer. Are you using a credit card and are you paying it off in full? That's the really important question here. Yeah, this is a great thing. So I was using Dispute-based, but I only went one round. This is very important to understand. You have to go a minimum of 4 to 6 rounds. Not everybody's going to be lucky to get one and dones. I'm going to be honest with you. Those are what I call unicorns out there, but it does happen a lot with Dispute-based because the AI technology that's in there is creating those custom letters every single time. But you have to understand that this ain't gonna be an easy path for anyone. It's not easy to delete negative items from a credit report, and I understand there's money issues there. But listen, before you even get into credit report, get your finances in line. Start creating a budget. Work on your finances to get everything in line, because it doesn't matter if you fix your credit if your finances are not in line, ladies and gentlemen, because you can fix your credit and still put yourself back in the same position, and you're going to come right back to Dispute-based and spend more money. Anytime that we did credit repair in the past, I told people, are you having any financial issues right now? And they're like, no, why would you say that? Your credit report is telling me otherwise. You've got a lot of late payments, a lot of charge-offs that happened recently. That tells me that you have a financial strain on your life. So why are you looking at credit repair when you should be looking at your finances first and get your house in order? We need to get our house in order. All of these changes are going to happen. Your house must be in order. You have to hold yourself accountable to another level that everybody else won't hold you to. And understand that if you don't fix this with your finances, nothing else is going to matter. You can't have good credit and have bad finances. You have to have good credit and good finances, and they have to meet together. This is how it has to happen. But I want to be really clear. You don't have to be rich to have a good credit score. You just have to manage your finances properly. I was with a graphic designer today, and he says, I love what I do. I don't make the most money, but at 23 years old, I bought my own house. I'm responsible. I made some really responsible decisions. He said I had a Charger. It was a nice car, but it was a gas guzzler. The payment was high, insurance was high, gas was high, so I sold that car. He's like, I made exactly what I paid for it. I bought a nice regular daily driver. I think he said a Toyota or something for like $10,000, and then I put that other $10,000 in the bank, and then I kept saving up until I got enough money to have for a big deposit for my home. He's like, and now my house is worth like 3 times of what I paid for it. And I'm almost done paying it, and I'm in my early 30s. I was like, that's a great story. See what he did there? He got his finances in line. He knew that something was up with his car. He's like, yo, this car just doesn't make sense. Sometimes you got to make those decisions. Sell the car, get rid of it, and literally like cut your lifestyle down. A lot of people don't want to do that, but I'm just telling you, it's possible. So I have 5 bad accounts aging off my credit in the next 6 months. Should I bother disputing? Should I wait? That's up to you, fam. That's up to you how if you want to wait. But it's 7 years from the first date of delinquency, which is the last month that led up to your account being charged off. So the last late payment that you got. How do you remove a charge off? Dispute-based. I'm not going to go into like the whole how do you remove a charge off. Hold on. Let me check my pocket real quick. It's not in there. It's not in there. The magic trick is not in there today because there is no magic trick. You have to dispute. You have to dispute the items and how they're reporting, look at all the inaccuracies, and point them all out and attack it. If you don't want to do all that, Dispute Beast will do it all for you. It's very simple. I know people think it's crazy, but it's really not, because the AI technology does it all for you. From Amarillo, what up? I'm opting out of the credit bureaus. Okay. I mean, you could do whatever you want. Listen, this is actually really good. I want you to think about it like this. You should either have a good credit score or don't have a credit score at all. Just that simple. I'm probably going to be the only person to ever tell you that. You should have a really good credit score or don't have a credit score at all. Reevaluate everything in your life. Stop messing with credit. Get your finances in line. Just that simple. And you know what's crazy? Let me tell you a little secret. You don't need a credit score to buy a house. If you literally go all the way down to 0 on your credit score because you have no credit, then you can look at different alternatives. But here's the big buts. You have to have a massive down payment. That down payment is the motivation for the bank to give you that loan. Based on your employment, how much money you make, how much money you got in a bank account. It's like you got to flex your money on the bank in order to get them to be motivated to do that. But interest rates are higher. They're riskier loans. Down payments are much higher. That's the truth that people don't tell you about. It's very rare if the interest rates are low in those types of loans because there's no predictability. There's no information there. All right. So Freeman, should I pay off my pledge loans? No, pay off at least 80 to 90% of the pledge loan and put the remaining 10 to 20% on auto payment for any of your pledge loans, okay? All right. Correct. I love this. Let's put this up on the screen right here. I love this. Matthew Frisbee. Change the behavior, not just the credit report. This right here is the comment of the day right there. Change the behavior, not just the credit report. Your financial habits and behaviors must change if you want to be successful with credit. I can flex credit cards on you all day. Let's look at my wallet. Like, we're just stacked right there. These right here. Now, hold on. I got another one. Hold on. And then these right here. I mean, I've got credit cards, but I had to work really hard to get to where I'm at. This doesn't happen overnight. I changed all my behaviors, became more responsible, understood what I needed, what I wanted, and how I was going to get there. And now I travel for free. I enjoy life. I can get anything I want. My insurance rates are absolutely low. Like, I don't have to put deposits on anything. Like, I changed my behavior and I focused on my credit report, what was on it. So understand, that's a huge deal. I love that comment. It's a great comment. Change the behavior, not just the credit report. This is a great question right here. This is going to go longer than an hour. Watch. The Lexington Law Settlement with CFPB should give up on receiving my reissued check. No, they actually have what's called I think it's a receiver. The person that's in charge of the case doesn't actually work for the CFPB. So call the CFPB phone number on the CFPB website, and then there will be an option to choose to speak to somebody about the Lexington Law lawsuit to get your money. So reach out to them. There could be some issues there, but don't give up on it because the money's already been put into the fund. Now they just got to distribute it. That's just it. But it's still there. This has nothing to do with the CFPB because it's already been settled and done, and the money is in the fund. I hope that helps you, Nicole. Thank you. Oh, this is great right here. So I only have one medical collection on my credit report. It is only $125. Shouldn't it have already come off? Yes. This is a violation right here. This right here should have been off your credit report because it's less than $500. Type up a very simple letter to the credit reporting agency and say, this is a medical collection less than $500. It's not supposed to report. It is banned from credit reports. Delete it from my credit report immediately. Just that simple. Send it to the credit reporting agencies that are reporting that. They should delete it from your credit report. So it's very simple. We don't have to literally like list any case law or any crazy jargon. You're not an attorney. Just be like a human. That's it. And then you do that and you'll see the difference. No, we don't offer any family discounts, unfortunately. Dispute pieces are already like really cheap, man. I'm not trying to be rude when I say that. What do you do if a charged off credit cards are calculated into your credit utilization? They are not. They are not calculated into your credit utilization. Charged off accounts now may be like delayed on the reporting, but charged off credit cards do not go into your utilization. They go into your debt to income ratio. That's where they do go. And the reason why I know this is because I work with lenders and they tell people all the time, like, yo, you need to pay off this debt because your debt to income ratio is high because of this bad debt. That's why they want you to pay it. But they're not going to tell you if you pay it and they don't delete it, it's still hurting your credit. They'll get you approved for the house with a crappy interest rate, get the loan done, and then you're kind of screwed for 7 years from the moment you pay it. But yeah, once you print the letter, I sign it, correct? Yes, you can sign your letter. That's correct. Are those racks of shoes? Yes, they are. I have a wall of sneakers over there. All right. What happens if the creditor says he will report to the credit agencies that you agreed to a settlement payout versus a full settlement? No. You want them to delete it from your credit reports. You do not want them to update it that it's a settlement payout or a full settlement. That does not help your credit score in any way, shape, or form. It must be deleted. If it's not deleted, you're just wasting your money. And I'm not telling anybody don't pay your debts, but understand if you pay them and they just mark it paid in full or paid for partial money owed, then guess what? They can sell that remaining debt to another debt collector, come back and put it back on your credit report if they do delete it. Also, be aware of that. But it has to be deleted completely from your credit report. A paid collection or charge off, even if it's marked paid or settle, is still hurting your credit report. I have an okay report, 612 credit, but only 7 accounts. I need more accounts or trade lines, 3 late payments. Dispute beast is the beast, or the best, I think he meant to say. Dispute beast is the best. I appreciate it. Those late payments are hurting your credit score. That's why you're at a 612. You need to attack those late payments. Remember, everybody, you want to dispute late payments 3 to 4 rounds. Never, ever send a goodwill letter asking them for forgiveness to reverse it because you're basically admitting. You want to dispute it first, 3 or 4 rounds of disputes. If it doesn't work by the 4th round, then you send a goodwill letter asking them for forgiveness to reverse it to the direct creditor. You can go to ceoemail.com. Go to ceoemail.com. You type up a very simple letter, tell them that your situation of, listen, I went through financial hardship. I'm trying to get approved for a home with my family. Can you please help me reverse these late payments because they're really hurting me? I'm just a hardworking American and I just need your help. Get the CEO's email and email it to them. Email them the letter, the actual forgiveness letter, only after you've disputed it, okay? Adding more trade lines to your credit profile does not help your credit score. Everyone listen. Adding more trade lines to your credit report does not increase your credit score unless it's an aged trade line with more than 5 years of credit history. 2 years will work also, but 5 years is much more powerful. 5 years and over a $5,000 credit limit. If you have 10 years and a $10,000 credit limit, it's gonna speak volumes for your credit profile. But also understand every time you add a new line of credit to your credit profile, you're reducing your average age of credit. People that have 2 to 5 accounts on their credit reports have been shown to have higher credit scores, 800 to 850, because they have a very limited amount of accounts on their credit profile. They may only have like 1 to 3 credit cards, and then an auto loan and a paid auto loan, and then a mortgage, or some of them don't even have mortgages on their credit reports. But their credit score is high because those credit accounts age. With more age comes more points. You're squeezing out every point out of every category. There are only 5 categories of credit that help your credit score. That's utilization, the balances owed in your credit reports, payment history, age of credit, new accounts. Does anybody know the last one? I'll leave it in the comment section. See if somebody knows the last one, okay? So, yeah. Should I wait for a closed account to become a charge-off? You don't want anything to turn into a charge off. If you have the opportunity to pay it off, don't let it turn into a charge off. I don't want this to be an option of like, I'm just not going to pay it because I just don't feel like it. If you have the ability to pay it and get it out of collections, then pay it only if they're going to delete it or get it caught up so you can start to reestablish that. Okay. Why would a closed account become a charge off? You didn't pay it. If you don't pay it, if there's a remaining balance, they'll turn into a charge off. That's the only reason why it turns into a charge off. Yo, listen to this. I love this. This is great, man. We got to give Sterling Hall his flowers here. Password Mike went from a 520 to a 720 in a year watching you, bro. Listen, I love you, man. Thank you so much. This is so awesome, man. Everyone give a round of applause for Sterling here, man, because that's a huge, huge feat, man. He went up over 200 points in a year. That's huge, man. Congratulate yourself. Discipline. You're changing your habits. This is exactly what it's all about, everybody. Congratulations, brother. That is amazing. I owed $800 on my $500 Bank of America credit card. Pay it off, man. Don't sit here and play these games about should I pay it off. If it's not charged off, pay it off. Okay? It's paid off. Oh, I appreciate it, Freeman. Appreciate it. Mike is a literal wealth of information. Yeah, I mean, I'm like a walking encyclopedia of credit information. It's kind of wild. My wife is like, it's crazy. I just know all this stuff. Yeah, it's what it is, man. So yeah, any medical collections or medical bills less than $500 cannot report on your credit report. They're not supposed to be on there. So Todd Stratton, they haven't made your personal information correct. It's up to them. It's up to them. If that address came from somewhere and it's attached to something, like a collection or a charge off or something like that, or an old account, they may not want to remove it because of that. So just because you say you want it removed doesn't mean they're going to remove it. Just keep it at 100 with you. A lot of people don't get that. Is it true if your debt? Well, this is a good question. If your debt, is it true if your debt was sold, you can have it deleted due to they are not the original creditor? No, that's not true. Absolutely not true. Any debt can be sold to a third party or another lender based on your agreement that you signed. Almost, I would say 99.9% of these agreements clearly state it. You signed for it. It says that it can be sold to a third party. So no, that's not a reason for it to be deleted. That's an amateur on social media. Has no idea what they're talking about. Just trying to get you to sign up for the credit repair services. That's definitely not it. I was at an 820, super upset. Now it's hard to get back up to that number. Well, it depends on what you're doing. Your spending habits are affecting you. Did you get collections or charge-offs on your credit report? If it's just your utilization, all you got to do is pay off your credit cards, and over time, your score will climb back up. And your score may increase past that if you can get your all of your debt down. Credit mix, that's right. Credit mix was the last one. Good job, Marcus. I love it. Oh my God, let's put this one up on the screen right here. This is great. Nathan, I used Dispute Beast and my score went up from 680 to 725. I highly recommend using Dispute Beast. I love it, man. I love hearing these stories. These touch my soul, man. Y'all don't know. All this hard work that we put into Dispute Beast has paid off. Everyone remember, Dispute Beast is the only software that now offers a 110% money back guarantee. I stand on it. I trust it. I know it. I see it all the time. I know how Dispute Beast works. Let's just put this up on the screen right here. Nathan Evans. I mean, that's just absolutely phenomenal. Okay, absolutely phenomenal that his credit score went up that much. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna put this up on the screen. Let's show some more results because Nathan was so generous to show us this. Let's show a wall of receipts just from today. I pulled these results right before the live because I like to come with the receipts. These are all the most recent. Look at Randy's credit score went up 208 points. Courtney's score went up 89 points. Eugene 25, Theo 37, Arthur 83, Gary 68, Tiago 116, Luis 73, Carmelo 5, Chantel 22, Brenda 68, Samantha 28, Martin 91, Brent 93. This is really crazy. You see this, ladies and gentlemen? Eddie 60 points. Arthur, his credit score went up 670 points. That's insane. 200 points on 227 points on TransUnion, 224 on Experian, and 218 on Equifax. That is wild. So yeah, I just want you guys to see this, that I'm one of the very few actual creators out there that brings receipts. I will show you results all day long. I believe in Dispute Beast. I'm so happy that we did this and we can help people for a lower cost. 4th round, and I'm up 285 points. Let's put this guy right here. Todd, my guy. Todd Stratton. 4th round, and he's up 285 points. I love it when people come to the live and then tell people so they can show them. Like, that's amazing to me. That's absolutely amazing. So thank you, Todd, for believing in it. Keep working hard, man. So I tell everybody, you got to believe. That's all you got to do. You got to believe and work hard. Keep doing it, and the time will come, man. Here we go. Here's another one. Yo, this is wild. I love this. I'm glad I stayed on longer. I used Dispute Beast 30 days, 99 plus points. 99 plus points, okay? It's absolutely amazing. Let me see. Here we go. Let's see what else we got here. But yeah, this is Auto World, man. Thank you so much for coming here telling us. Thank you so much, everybody. You guys are absolutely amazing. Let me see. It's about damn time. What's about damn time, bro? That mic goes live, I guess. I know it's been a while, right? I apologize, everybody. It has been a while since I came to a live. I've been busy, man. I make so much content. It's crazy. Oh, this is a tough one right here, man. 550 to 720 in 5 months. Yo, that's crazy, Will. Look at that. 550 to 720 in 5 months. That's amazing, man. I give yourselves your flowers, man. Yo, this is wild. We got to put this up on the screen. I love how everybody's coming to the comments and talking about this. 4 days until 4th attack, 356 points already. Yo, that's crazy. That is absolutely amazing. Everybody, give a round of applause to D. Wallace right here, man, because this is a huge deal, man. Y'all don't understand how big this is, man. Everyone needs to celebrate each other's wins and understand how important it is to celebrate each other, man. Don't be afraid to comment. Tell us your story. You know, everyone's going to be different, but I love the fact that people are coming up and saying this. And go on Dispute Beast's Google site. Leave a review, man, if you're having a great experience. I greatly appreciate it. This helps people understand and know that this is real. All of our reviews are 100% real. We have a 4.9 on Google. Pretty awesome. Thank you so much, D. Wallace, for telling people that. I appreciate it, Mike. No, I'm real. We talk all the time on YouTube. It's so true. So true. I love this, Todd. I love this when couples decide that they're going to make changes together. This is huge. It's been life-changing. The wife and I both use the Beast. Can't recommend it enough. You know, a lot of people hated on me because I left the credit repair industry. They didn't understand what I was doing. I already saw what was happening in the industry. I didn't want to be associated with all these other credit repair companies. I had to set myself apart from everybody. We worked really hard to create Dispute Beast. Dispute Beast is built in America by an entire Latino dev team. I'm so proud to say that. And then I'm a Latino, so it makes me feel even better. You know, it's minority owned. We're out here changing people's lives, man, because we've been through the struggle. We know. I didn't come from a bad credit era. I came from a non-education of credit era where my family didn't teach me anything about credit. We didn't talk about credit. We didn't talk about finance. We didn't talk about money. We didn't talk about anything. We just had to, as Latinos, we get out there, we work hard, and we pay our bills on time. That's all we knew what to do. You know, Dispute Beast attacks anything. Dispute Beast will attack any negative item on your credit report. Everyone's results are going to vary. I'm always going to tell you that because everyone's different. Remember this. This is the golden rule to understand. There are no two credit files alike. So when people say, well, how long is it going to take? I don't know. You just got to get to work, man. 4 to 6 rounds is going to be traditional to see exactly where you're at, depending on how many negative items you got. Some of y'all got super doo-doo credit out there. Y'all got like 8+ charge-offs and you want Jesus to show up and delete them in 1 month. Like, nah, fam, it's going to take some time. Put in the work. 4 to 6 months is traditional. You're going to have to go farther than that sometimes. Some people can go 12 months. Some people need 9, 12 rounds. Some people need 16, 20 rounds. It depends on your credit profile. It's just that simple. Got to get to work. 1, 2, 3 beast. I love it. I love it. Got a Navy Federal pledge loan for $10,000 and I paid 90% of it back. What credit card do you suggest me to go for Navy Federal? This is a great question. I love this. Now, I got 3 Navy Federal accounts, credit cards. Sorry. Let me see which ones I got. I can't remember. I'll be honest with you. Be honest. So I have 2 of them right here. I have the flagship. This is a $35,000 or $40,000 credit card. I don't remember. Then I have the cash rewards. And then I have the platinum. I don't think it's in his wallet. Maybe it's not in his wallet. Oh, yeah, there it is. There it is. There it is. And I have the platinum. This was my first one. This is like the entry level. Okay. I always say go after an entry level credit card with Navy Federal first. And then you can go after the flagship. Use your credit card paid off in full every single month with Navy Federal. And they'll just send you an email to let you know that you qualify for the next credit card, the one they would recommend to you based on your credit profile. But yeah, I would recommend going with an entry level. I'm not a fan of cashback cards. I got the cash rewards because I don't really have one. And I wanted to go into the ecosystem to see what it's like, see what I can use it for, see how the cashback truly works. It's a decent card. It's not nothing crazy, but it gets the job done. Let's see. So I'm stuck at 715. Let your credit age. We call it the gardening stage. You don't apply for any credit. Stop applying for credit if you're applying for credit. Keep your utilization very low. 0 to 6% is the target goal. People want to argue, oh, no, you got to leave a balance. I'm not paying anybody any interest. I'm not paying anybody any interest, okay? And I have an over 800 credit score. So that's up to you how you feel comfortable. But I tell everybody 0 should be the target goal. 0 to 6% is going to get you the most points possible. 1 to 6% will truly get you the most points. But we don't promote carrying balances here. We want you to be 0 in debt, okay? I think Apple Federal Credit Union has changed its requirements to join. We blew that one up. I'm not going to lie, ladies and gentlemen. We had a lot of people flood Apple Federal Credit Union. Those videos went very viral, as they like to call it. And so they changed how you can join. So I'm hoping that they change it, and I'm going to update that video on YouTube so everyone stay tuned. Even if it's bad news, I'll tell you the truth, as I always do, okay? Do you have to use all those credit cards to keep them active? Yes. Yes. You have to keep your credit cards active. Now, some credit card companies, like the really bad ones, they don't care because you're paying them a monthly fee. But the good credit card companies want to have activity. All you got to do is go into a gas station, buy yourself a water or a soda or a bag of chips or something, a snack. Use it to put in things on auto payment. That also helps. So you always keep it active. But you want to keep your cards active at all times. If you don't, the credit card company will potentially close it because if you're not using the money, they would rather give it to somebody that's going to use the money. A lot of people don't like that, but that's just how the cookie crumbles, ladies and gentlemen. It's up to the credit card company. So I'm at 20% utilization. That's the problem. That is the problem, ladies and gentlemen. You are stuck at a 715 because your utilization is too high. Remember, always stay below 9%, but the target goal is 0 to 6% always. So once you get that down, your score will go back up. So now what happens a lot of times, ladies and gentlemen, is people will carry balances for far too long, and then their credit score tanks. And all of those points that you should have been accumulating because you're of the age of credit, once you pay off your credit cards, you'll see your credit score shoot even farther than where it was before. So that's a really helpful tip to understand to give you motivation. As you pay down your credit card balances, your score will rise, everybody. Okay? There's a scammer in the comments already, bro. Like, this is crazy. Oh, it's my chat bot. Never mind. This is my chat bot. My bad. my boy Gizmo, don't drink any water, bro. you might multiply. You're right. You're right. I was just thinking I need to drink some water. I'm getting thirsty over here. There we go. 0 to 6%. There you go, Auto World. There you go. Rip the Band-Aid, bro, and 300 limits looks like trash on your credit profile. Yo, I'm my own spammer, apparently. Something I commented or something, or someone commented a keyword, it made it say something. It's pretty wild. You're in the 4th round with Navy Federal. Navy Federal is a nightmare to deal with, just so you know, okay? Navy Federal does not play. They don't back down. It's one of the very few credit unions that understands Metro 2 credit reporting, so they don't play. You're in for a battle. I'm just going to tell you right now. If you got to battle it out with Navy Federal, you're going to have a serious battle with you, G. Anthony White. Let's talk about credit card limits, okay? You want to stay away from the bad credit cards. And I'm talking about the First Premiers, the Credit Ones, Open Skies. I know I'm missing a bunch of them, okay? But if you have to pay to use that credit card, unless it's a 100% secured credit card from Capital One or Discover Bank, those are the only two that will give you a secured card, unless it's a massive credit union that will give you your balance back and then unsecure the credit card and give you a regular credit card. Anything below a $1,500 credit limit does not look good on your credit profile. It tells a story. Now, people will say and argue, oh, it's a stepping stone, Mike. No, it's not. You don't need that credit card. You don't need that crappy credit card. Let's say it again, everybody. You don't need crappy credit cards, even if you have bad credit. Let me explain why. Get with a credit union. Stop banking with Bank of America, Chase Bank, Wells Fargo. They're all trash. Get with a credit union. The bigger the credit union, the more members. The more members, the more ability they have to lend out higher limits. This is why Navy Federal has high limit credit cards, because they have more members. They're one of the largest credit unions in the world, which is pretty wild. Open up a checking and savings. Everyone write this down. Pay attention. This is a huge gem. This is going to be my last gem. Then I got to go. I got to go eat dinner, hang out with the fam, drop some videos. This is the final gem. Get with a credit union. Open up a checking and a savings. Put as much money as you can into your savings. Don't touch it, okay? They want to see your commitment. The more money in your savings, the more you don't touch it, the more your internal credit score grows with Navy Federal. You have an internal credit score with every single credit union. Then you want to put money in your checking also. Be very, very financially aware with your money when you get to a credit union. Then you want to do a direct deposit. Then you want to do a secured loan. This is also called a pledge loan. Every credit union is different. You want to do it for a minimum of 24 months, okay? You can do it for longer if you got the money. Every single secured loan is going to be different. It could be $250, $500, $1,000. Every requirement is different per credit union, so just call the credit union and ask them. You're going to do the secured loan, let's say hypothetically for $500. You're going to give them $500. Like, would you like us to put this on auto payment? No, don't put it on auto payment. Don't need that right now. You're going to make all of the payments on time, on your own, until it hits your credit report. Once it hits your credit report, you're going to call the credit union and say, hey, I would love to pay off 80 to 90% of my secured loan. You pay it off. That money comes right back to you because it's your money. It's a secured loan. And then you put the remaining 10 to 20% on auto payment for the remainder of the 24-month loan. Auto payment. This is going to increase your chances of being approved for any credit card with a credit union. It's going to raise your internal credit score because you're being responsible with your money. You got direct deposit, you got checking account, you got savings, you got some money in your savings. Now you did your secured loan, you paid off a lot of it. So it looks good on your credit report and it looks good to the credit union. Do this for 6 to 8 months at minimum. If you already have a high credit score, you could do 91 days and you will get approved for a credit card or a credit product. But the longer you do this, the better the terms you will get for a loan, the better rates, the better credit cards you will get as an offer the longer you do this. 6 to 8 months at minimum is my recommendation for anyone, okay? Self is trash. Don't do it. They're charging you to save your money. Now, the bank will charge like a minimal, like I think it's like 1% or 1.5% on some secured loans. Some of them, they don't do it. But self is trash because they're charging a monthly fee on top of that. And then they're taking all this money on the back end to do the same thing you could do with a credit union for free. Well, it's a small minimal fee. But remember, because you're paying off 80 to 90% of the loan so fast, you've slashed all the interest right out of it. And now you only have a small percentage left. Excuse me. So you're honestly paying less for that secured loan. So we're doing two things. We're helping our credit profile. Three things. We're helping our credit profile. We're helping our relationship with the credit union, and then we're reducing the interest fees, which are very minimal for a secured loan, but we're still doing that. So this is how you get to the high limit credit cards, the personal loans, the auto loans, the mortgage loans, all of that. You need to build and establish a relationship with a credit union first before you go after the big kahuna, the big cake. Okay. Now, you do not want to cancel the credit cards. Okay. Any crappy credit cards, you're going to have to make a big boy decision, big woman decision, whatever. You want to make the decision on your own as to if you're going to close it. But understand, the longer it stays on your credit report when you close it, the more negative impact it's going to have when you close it. Because you're going to close it, and it's going to have a negative impact, drop your credit score, and then you're going to reduce your average age of credit. Remember, the longer you keep it on your credit report, the more it's going to hurt. Your score will start to rebound after about 6 to 9 months. Some people may take longer. It depends on the credit profile. Everyone's going to be different, okay? All right, and so that's it. Let me see what else we got here. So you get the money back with the pledge loan as you pay it back down. They'll put it back into your savings account. I think it goes into your savings. I believe it does. I did it. It's such a long time ago when I did it. I think it was like 8 years ago. But when you pay it off, that money comes back to you. As you pay it, every payment you make, it comes right back to you. That's the best part about it. Salmal, I have a $500 credit limit with Navy Federal for a year now. You didn't do anything I just talked about, most likely. Build and establish a relationship. It doesn't matter if you have bad credit or good credit. If you're not building and establishing the relationship with the credit union, they're not going to give you anything. You have to establish a relationship. I cannot stress it enough to you. You have to do all the right things. I have 3 Credit One cards still open, 0 balances. They charge me $8.25 a month. So annoying. Yeah, that's the game. That's how they're getting you. They're playing these games with you. They're charging you more than what you're even spending. They're making money off of you. Credit One is the biggest scam of all scams. They're actually owned by a debt collecting company. Ain't that crazy? So they can charge you off and then sell it to their own company and then go collect on it. Yeah, but everybody didn't know that one. Stay away from Credit One. Listen, I just want to tell everyone thank you. I appreciate everyone coming to the live. Make sure that you rewatch this, share it with your friends. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll see you guys here on Facebook also. If you guys are out there, thank you so much. I love everybody. You guys have been absolutely amazing. Y'all have a wonderful night, and I'll talk to you guys later.